Hi guys, Suella Braverman some weeks ago was challenged by a victim of the Holocaust over her use of racist and xenophobic language when it came to describing asylum seekers arriving in the UK. The Home Secretary refused to apologise and then added insult to injury by comparing her parents who immigrated to the UK to the lady in question. Then the Home Office attempted to censor the person who recorded the video. Sometime later, a mob surrounded a hotel near Liverpool, which resulted in a police van being set alight by rioters. Braverman was asked about her opinion of the rioters. Would she condemn them? Well, have a listen.
Some have been calling in the media those protesters against asylum seekers, perhaps some people will call them illegal immigrants, others would call them. Some have said that those protesters are far right. Is that a fair characterisation of those protesters?
We are all frustrated with the situation that we are currently finding ourselves in, and you know, it is clear and undeniable that there are really serious pressures on communities, and saying so does not make you racist or bigoted. Because of the overwhelming numbers of people arriving here illegally and our legal duties to accommodate them, we are now having to house them in hotels, and that is causing
This is a lie. It's not you're housing them in hotels because of the numbers arriving. You're housing them in hotels because you're not processing claims. You know, if you had sped up the procedure to process someone's asylum application, then you wouldn't need to put people in hotels. But you're putting them in hotels because you don't have the staff and the resources available, and you're not putting in the investment necessary to have the staff and resources available, which means that there's a backlog and people end up in hotels.
Understandable tensions within communities, pressures on local resources, and is frankly unsustainable.
So you support those protesters?
I very much understand people's frustrations with hotels being occupied by large numbers of illegal immigrants or asylum. As I said,
They're not illegal immigrants. This is not a term used in law. There's no such thing as an illegal immigrant. Okay? There are people who overstay their visa. They're called undocumented. But there isn't such thing as an illegal immigrant. And the Home Secretary should not be using this language. Now, either, as I said before, she doesn't know or she's pretending not to know. I think it's the latter. I really struggle to believe that she doesn't understand that illegal immigrants is not a real term. It's about keeping racists and bigots happy, or keeping the fire stoked. Keep talking about illegal immigration. Keep talking about how people arriving in the UK are arriving illegally. Because what it does is it associates asylum claims with illegality. And it's not illegal to claim asylum in the United Kingdom. And this language is creating problems like this.
I think anyone contemplating violence, harassment or intimidation should desist from doing that. It is not an acceptable way to voice your concerns or frustrations.
Not exactly a condemnation, is it? She didn't say these people are wrong. She said, please don't do that. Please don't burn police vehicles. Please don't intimidate people who have no control over the situation. And I've said before, why, if these people are not racists and bigots, then why are they protesting? Why are they intimidating the people who are in the hotel? Why aren't they marching on Westminster? Why aren't they putting in a petition to the Home Secretary? Why aren't they protesting outside the Home Office? Wouldn't that be a more useful form of protest? Because you're protesting, you're sending a message to the people who are in charge. What is the point in protesting outside a hotel? The people in the hotel can't change the situation. They don't have the power to decide what the policy is. This is the person on the screen. She is the one who has the levers of power. She decides immigration policy, not the people in the hotel. Whether you agree with me or not, when it comes to asylum, you have to agree that the people in the hotel have no choice. They're not the ones who are in power. This is the person who's in power. So if you have a problem with people staying in hotels, your gripe should be with her, not with the people in the hotels. If you want to protest, wouldn't it make more sense to protest outside the Home Office or outside Parliament? Or maybe you're not allowed to do that now because she's decided we don't want protests outside Parliament. Maybe if you're complaining about people in hotels, you should also be joining these anti-protests or protests against anti-protest legislation. You should be supporting the right to protest, but protest the people in power, not the people who are not in power. But once again, this language is designed to egg on the worst in society, to encourage them to take the law into their own hands, and then of course come out after and say, please don't do this, it's not nice, it's frightening, I don't agree with it. But she won't go as far as to say it's wrong, I condemn it, it's the wrong thing to be doing, these people are disgraceful, they should not be doing this, this is completely unacceptable, they should be arrested. She's not saying these things. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.